Exempting home heating fuel for Atlantic provinces, but not natural gas, really undermines having a carbon tax in the first place.
An issue the Alberta government and opposition NDP agree on. After Prime Minister Justin Trudeau announced the carbon tax would be exempt for 3 years on home heating oil, Premier Danielle Smith says Ottawa's exemption decision fails to address affordability needs in Alberta. And NDP leader Rachel Notley saying she plans to bring forward an emergency motion. Smith says the exemption should also be applied to natural gas, as the majority of Alberta uses it to heat their homes, arguing it's further dividing the country. Economist Trevor Toome says the provincial governments recently proposed their own carbon pricing plans that offered exempting home heating oil, but it was rejected by the feds.
Only now, just a few months after overriding the provinces and levying their own carbon price, it's now backtracked on that. And I think it's potentially done some real damage to the federal government's signature policy and can inflame regional tensions, especially here in Alberta and elsewhere that already have concerns around federal policy.
Toome points out the move largely helps those in Atlantic provinces, as it's the primary source of home heating there.
Tax rebate on oil makes 0 sense because 90% of Canadian households heat with natural gas or wood burning.
I agree to what Trudeau is saying. I hear him, right? Yeah, he wants to solve it. But at the same time, he's also in the mix of it.
Alberta's opposition leader Rachel Notley says she will bring an emergency motion in the Alberta legislature to call for any federal actions to be applied equitably across all Canadians, regardless of their location or home heating method.
And I very much hope that the UCP government will take us up on this motion and that we can present a unified front from the province of Alberta to Ottawa.
Economist Moshe Lander says this exemption is damaging to the environment as well as the economy.
But if you're worried about the environment, this is not good. And the broader issue to me is that if you can suspend it on heating oil, then at what point does somebody come along and say, well, what about this particular fuel of choice? And so are we going to start seeing that we now see an undoing of the carbon tax, which is meant to address climate change?
By increasing the incentive of many others to seek out their own exemptions, this might very well be the start of unwinding the entire system of national carbon pricing.
In Calgary, Henna Saeed, City News.